Hey, everybody. Just to be totally transparent and superhuman, what happened was I ended up recording a beautiful recording, but the volume was not on. So, hey, hi, welcome back to Keep It Dirty, a podcast where my guests share their life living functionally and sustainably, and really their why behind their experiences navigating through our ever changing environment. I am your host, Leslie Dowling. Yes, I'm a corporate speaker. My passion is speaking to nonprofit organizations, helping others just restore, rebuild, finding your passion, perseverance in life. So, welcome back to Keep It Dirty. It's been a while. I'm holding my Yeti because it was not working earlier. You're going to see a more fun loving, more relaxed human being. I am in a new studio, new surroundings, new beginnings. As I end the chapter in 2024, it was very bittersweet. Uh, and I'm really into the power of positivity for this year. And it's all about sharing the words of wisdom from a woman who's been there, done it. Oh, yeah, that's me. Hi. Uh, so, hope you like my new studio. I am just chilling on my couch. My amazing painting is going to go up on this wall. And I have a new humble abode, a new place. So, hope you're going to like this year for 2025. Recap for 2024. Well, let's see. Um, Three beautiful boys, 25 years of age. My oldest, who's in Tampa, thriving and just a beautiful soul. Max, my middle son, is 23. He graduated this past May from Wake Forest University. He is a lieutenant in the Army and will be going through Ranger School. And will be in Oahu for a couple of years. Just so many beautiful things happening for my three sons. And my youngest is 18, and David is a senior in high school. He has so many new beginnings too, with going off to college, becoming and blooming into a young, beautiful adult. So proud of all my sons. And wow, where do I begin? So, food for thought. When you go through challenges in life, everybody does. It's like cyclical, it's a roller coaster ride. You got to buckle up and just stay in the green zone and know that life will get better. That's really how I survived this past year. Births, deaths, illnesses, and just going through different journeys of life and taking a new journey, a big, bold journey. As I am peeling off the layers of the old Leslie, I'm finding myself again, the empowered, restored individual, the self-love, self-worth, that sometimes you get lost in translation. And becoming a empty nester soon and being solo on my own now, it's pretty empowering because I'm finding who I am again. I feel like when I was in my 20s, where I had to do everything on my own. And even though technology has advanced, just getting into the power of my voice and people hearing my voice, my passions about functional health, functional nutrition. At the end of the day, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't have that self-love and worth, how are you going to be the leader for the next generation? And that leads into about a month ago, I was asked to go to our local high school and be a guest speaker. There were several panelists. And I really focused on flipping the switch this year. I'm really into functional health and everything. But I've always been gravitating towards speaking to people that are transitioning from there was a pilot program I was involved with, speaking for downtown wellness Berks for people that were just trying to get their sea legs from just having a tough time in jail to just acclimating to society the way it is. I mean, our world is a little unstable, as we all know, but we all have a story. And no matter where you are with your socioeconomic levels, we've all been there, done it. We might be at different planes, but we've all been through shit, right? And you have to rise above that. So I see actually 2024 as a blessing in disguise as the way it panned out for me. And I feel that that is just going to make my family do a lot of soul searching, finding themselves, being held accountable for, the ups and downs of our lives and taking control of our lives and being in a positive mindset. Because when you're in a positive mindset, when you're eating healthy, when you're really mindful of just being in the present moment, of speaking your truth, that is so powerful because the truth is what is going to, is going to get us through every day. And people are attracted to groups that really tend to tell a story of what their reality is. And through that, we find the peace in our heart, we find peace that life is really short. Before you snap your fingers, I see people walking around with their strollers, their little ones, and I'm like, where do the years go by? I remember my babies, just raising them and being in the present moment. And I look back and I think I did a pretty damn good job. I worked for a while, then I was home, and then I started really getting into nonprofit work, going back to school for functional health and empowering others to find themselves, to find their passions, and to find a way to be in the balance of being in balance with your mental, physical, spiritual health. So here I am. Over the years, I've walked the walk. I've always been very passionate about eating clean. Our society as a whole is compromised. People that are on different meds, whatnot. Yeah, if you need to be on meds, if it gets to an acute situation, I totally believe in it. But they're preventative measures to get to the root cause of what's going on. And as a society being so compromised, we have to sometimes hit the wall until you slide down to a rock bottom to then get the strength to get up and really look at your health. Look at your mental, physical, and spiritual health and say to yourself, is this the life that I want? Is it the life that I want to start making changes, slowly integrating different lifestyles? Nothing is a quick fix. And I think as society in all different age groups, we look at the perfect body, the perfect picture. We want that, but we don't think to take the time to slowly change our ways of eating, slowly integrate into switching out food groups. You can't go hog wild and think you're going to be extremely clean, healthy the next day. It's like peeling off layers of the onion. Educate yourself. Slowly transition and switching out the processed and the packaged foods. Start preparing meals with family. When you start building community with family, friends, loved ones, significant others, and you start cooking together and you take the time to sit. We are so programmed to rush, to get to the next place, to eat quickly. Sometimes you find yourself standing and eating. No, sit down, take a deep breath, chew your food. Indigestion occurs when you don't chew your food. Your saliva breaks down. There's digestive enzymes and it breaks down the food. But first you have to chew it to break down the food. So you have better digestion. And as a whole, years ago, if you remember as a kid, sitting with family talking, everybody's on your phones. And we have to disconnect from that. We have to get back to the realization that we're human. We're wired to communicate with others. and to respect others, and to stop the generation hiccups of the next generation being in a toxic environment with eating toxic foods. The toxins we're ingesting on our skin. Start reading the labels. I always go back to that. For people that that have younger ones, set the tone and the foundation for respect in the family, for eating healthy, sitting, communication. So many families lack communication, and then they get frustrated and they don't know how to communicate. Start the foundation in setting good habits with your family when they're young. Start creating some really great food groups. Let them engage in wanting to write down, say, on Friday, we're going to eat this. Okay, let's go to the supermarket or the farmer's market. I am a firm believer in going to farmers markets, to having a rapport with small businesses, local farmers, and asking them questions. What do you do? What type of soil are you growing your fruits, your vegetables in? Unfortunately, our soil is very deplete in minerals. And when we're deplete in minerals, when we grow the vegetables, we eat these vegetables, and then we are deplete in these minerals. And so we have to be mindful of trying to eat in balance, eating in season, eating whole foods, and really prepping our meal and getting the kids involved again. My kids went to something called Little Chef Academy when they were little boys, and they learned the simple ways of just using the tools to cook and prep. And that kind of instilled in them that passion to want to be able to say, hey, look, I made this meal. I'm proud of it, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to eat it. I still, to this day, I'm very sentimental. I have pieces of paper where they drew hearts. Mommy, I love you. And I have their books from Little Chef Academy where they had all these simple foods that built up into my oldest loving to make food. He makes incredible steaks. He cooks incredible steaks, and he has that passion in him. And my middle son, he cooks too. And my youngest is starting to integrate into that. But, at the end of the day, just start setting the tone to stop the bad habits for the next generation when it comes to eating healthy, when it comes to being able to communicate with people, and also just have a balance in life. Let's see. My God, there's so many great things. So what's in store for 2025? Yes, I'm going to be more relaxed. I'm going to have more time to be who I am, be me. I'm more relaxed. This is my humble abode, my sanctuary, and I'm getting back to who I was years ago, the empowered woman, the woman who has that self-love and love for life. And I've always been curious, meeting people, asking them what their story is. And I think that's why it really trickled into what I do, the power of voice. And when we were all in lockdown, this is what I did. I asked people to be on my show. Fellow practitioners and we get together once a week. I have another subgroup of fellow practitioners I graduated school with. And we formed a community, and we used to have virtual seminars helping others. So just building and communication skills, building rapport and relationships is where I am today. After a couple of years on my podcast, I will be having people from all over the world be on my show. And just when one door closes, another door opens. So as an empty nester and just going through a lot of changes and being myself, I went through that Ancestry DNA years ago. I found a whole group of beautiful family members that live in Florida. And on my mother's side of the family, she found her biological father's nieces and cousins. And it's a beautiful thing, because I said to my mom, it's a crapshoot. Either they'll want to know who we are, or if they don't reach out to us, we'll never know anyway. They reached out to us, and In the winter of 25, I'm going to go visit them in Florida, and I'll go visit my son, my other son in Oahu, when he'll be going there in the spring. I have so many beautiful connections with people from all over the world that have passions. What I love to do is eating clean and really building rapport with educating people on environmental changes and triggers that can create toxins in our body, that can trigger autoimmune illness, and ways to kind of reset ourselves and reset our biological clock. You might chronologically be a certain age, but you could actually, and I know people say biohack, I say just eat clean, be yourself, slow down. That's something I need to do. And so in Oahu, my vision is to have some seminars there and maybe spend some time there while my son is going to be over in Oahu station there in the Army. I have a lot of goals and aspirations to get involved with health retreats. So many beautiful doors are opening. I'm so much looking forward to 2025. And I want to thank everybody that supports me and loves me, and my community, that I've built this beautiful community of this incredible podcast, being in the top 10% out of 347 million podcasts globally in health and fitness. It's a labor of love. I don't have any help. I do this all myself. I don't have intros and outros and all the fancy bells and whistles. I think at the end of the day, it's being organic, being yourself. And people that have been on my show that are guests afterwards, they're like, you really are so comfortable. And I felt so comfortable in conversation. And I ask questions that don't trigger people, but it leads to other beautiful conversations that maybe they would have never had. Just saying, wow, you asked a lot of interesting questions. And thank you. You made me feel comfortable. And that's the beauty of podcasting. When you love something and you're passionate about something, you will excel. And the monetization is later. So whatever you do in life, just remember, follow your passion, follow what your soul, what your heart is beating, and what it's telling you. Start listening to your inner voice. And so, wow, when my son will be going to Ranger School, so it's a huge disciplinary structure of mental, physical, spiritual ability for just pushing these young men and women to their potential, which is an incredible yet challenging undertaking for Ranger School. But what is bittersweet is I was going through boxes and things as I am unpacking in my new place that I'm living in now. And my father enlisted, little quick story, World War II at 16. And so he lied about his age. Long story short, he was in his 40s when I was born. But if he were alive today, he would have been in his late 90s. Yeah, like almost pushing 100. But he was very humble, very kind, very gracious, always with a good heart, very stable, solid, just never had any, crazy rage or anger. Or he was always very, very solid. And when he got mad, he looked you in the eye, but respectfully, he sat you down. He communicated with you. And I think that's why I'm pretty level. And I give people a chance, and I like to hear people's story. But he never talked about what he did. So he was a gunner in the belly of the plane in Mindanao. And this young kid ended up with 2 Purple Hearts. And also, here is another medal, which I shared with my son, Nicholas. And it's bittersweet because it came at a time that Nicholas is going to be going through, really pushing himself to the limits, going through Ranger School, me not being able to speak to him, the families, from, I think it's 6 to 8 weeks without a cell phone. So here is the medal. one of the medals that my father had. I had no idea what the medal was. And I don't want to start crying because it's like my father came through. And even though he passed so long ago, it's like, tell my grandson that I've never met that he could do it. He was a kid when he was awarded this medal. So, okay, I'm going to try to get my act together here and tell you. Let me just make sure my Yeti's on. So this is the Distinguished Flying Cross, which is a military decoration awarded to members of the United States Armed Forces for exceptional achievement or heroism during aerial flight. It is the highest award for aerial achievement in the country and ranks fourth in precedence as a valor decoration. Holy Toledo. Did not know this. My father never, ever discussed this. All he would say is, oh, I saw some stray dogs running around, and on the sides of our planes were the pinup girls, like the actresses, the famous, actresses during that time. And unfortunately, I can't find it, but I have these two beautiful scrapbooks. I made one for my half brother who lives in Texas. And then I made one for myself. And then it showed like just different rankings, but box scores, things I wasn't even aware of. So anyway, Nick, my dear sweet Nick, I wish you the love and luck, and I know you're going to get through this. And the grandfather you never met, you actually did through this medal. Whew. So, wow. So anyway, let's see what else is going on with my life. Yeah, just 2025 is going to be great. I'm going to be really speaking more into helping and supporting nonprofit groups, which I'm so passionate about, with downtown wellness works, getting more involved, more hands-on again, and lecturing again to people that are in transition, going through some tough times with the best domestic abuse. And that's something that I've always spoken into. I've been just so passionate about it. And also people that are transitioning just from different challenges in life, and getting back to corporate, creating needs assessments for companies, speaking into optimal health and wellness, and also ergonomically, what's going on in their work zone. Is the lighting correct? Are they sitting correctly? Are they taking the breaks they need? I have a 67 question intake form from birth to your current age to really start connecting the dots and mapping out what's going on with you epigenetically. What was going on? Was your past, like with relatives and families, fight or flight, with things going on? Just so many different things. What number were you birthed into this world? Was your mother compromised? Meaning, was she sick? Was she on meds? Which then really sets the tone as to, as a baby, as a child, were you compromised? Were you on a lot of antibiotics, say, for some reason? Did you have food poisoning at one point? And when you're stressed out, it actually is triggered, and it rears its ugly head in a lot of way. It manifests in your body differently. So that's why really start staying out of the middle aisles, stay on the outside aisles of the supermarket. And if you can, start supporting local farmers, start supporting small businesses. So on that note, I go to a local health food store. It's called Kimberton, and it's in Wyomissing. There's other locations. And I really, really enjoy the buttermilk, half and half. And this is a really good line of, let's see, what is it called? I can't even see, it's so dark in here. This is, yeah, I can't even see it. So wait a minute. Hold on, everybody. I will, where the heck is that? So anyway, I'll tell you what it is in a minute. Oh, here we go. Wait. This is oh my gosh. You guys are gonna laugh. I can't even see the darn bottle here. So anyway, there's a lot of great small businesses and places locally that you could start supporting the local farmers. And another great, oh, wait, here it is. Wait, guys, I'm looking. Um, yeah, so this is, I can't even read it. Oh, wait a minute. I do have it in my notes. See, this is the beauty of going live. Sometimes when you go live, you can't find your damn show notes. This is where I'm going to be showing you the real Leslie sometimes. I'll find it. I'll find it. I will go find it. No, I can't. Wait. Oh my God. No, I can't find it. Anyway, but Many Hands is another wonderful whole bean organic roaster. This is a medium roast. It's Guatemala. It's the Guatemala coffee beans. Okay. And so what I do is I have my French press. I grind up the coffee beans, and then I make something called a bullet. So the bullet is coffee. I put a cup of coffee into a blender, and then what I do is I blend it really well with a tablespoon of ghee, a tablespoon of coconut oil, also some turmeric, and also I'll put like a quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric, which is an anti-inflammatory uh, spice. Also cinnamon. I do a quarter of a teaspoon of the cinnamon. I like to put a little half and half. Also, I would do a little bit under, like I would say, tablespoon of raw honey, and I think I said ghee. Put the ghee in, and you just blend it for a while. I would do for like 45 seconds, and it really creates. It gives you a jump start in the morning. It's just a beautiful blend of all these different flavors, and it doesn't spike your sugar levels. So in the morning, maybe just have, if you can, uh, and you don't have any issues with eggs, I just put like half a dozen of hard boiled eggs in the fridge if I'm on the go, and then I will just eat some soup, say vegetable soup that I made the night before, and that's just good fuel for your body to start getting ready to have that craving of just getting something in your body in the morning. Because if you could start getting something fueling your body and not waiting several hours, it kickstarts your system, so you could burn off more calories during the day. So there's a lot of tips that I'm going to be sharing. Let's see. So anything else? Just, at the end of the day, find your passion, find what your perseverance is. Life's too short, and follow your passions. And really set out that frequency and tone of positivity, because when you put that out to the planet, it's going to come back to you. And as I'm shedding the old Leslie and finding who I really am again, I am just finding my real tribe of people. People that I didn't think would be here to support me are the ones that are stepping up. And I'm just meeting fresh new faces of passionate, like-minded individuals that are fellow practitioners, chiropractors, people in my community. So it is a beautiful community out there. So just flip the negative space. When you start thinking negative doom and gloom, we've all been through so much this year. I've been through a lot of stuff this year, but now I'm flipping the switch. I'm not living in that negative space anymore. And that power of positivity goes a long way with also eating healthy and just feeling good about yourself. I'm taking it's called Krav Maga, which is self-defense class. And it's really just about the mind over matter, getting your body to move. And it's actually the Israeli soldiers use this in their practice with self-defense. science. That's where it originated from. So I'm taking classes one-on-one with the instructor, and then I'll be going to Lidditz with the group. So I'm meeting so many new amazing people. Oh, wow. Besides that, just check in with yourself. Make sure you're okay mentally, physically, spiritually, because the mind is a beautiful thing. And I'm going to be getting back to really supporting people with mental health as I did. My dear friend Tiffany Warner had moments of clarity. She was a mental health counselor in Clearwater, and unfortunately, she passed. But I would be on her show, and she would have like minded individuals. So she would have me talking about toxins we're ingesting and being on fight or flight with not eating correctly. There are neurotransmitters that go from your second brain, your gut to your brain. And that brain gut connection, when you eat something that's full of sugar, it becomes a lot of people get depressed. Certain foods, the processed foods, can keep you feeling lethargic and not getting the sleep you need. So it's a domino effect. Mental health is so critical and so dear to my heart because you need clarity. You need to be in balance. And if you're not, please get yourself checked. Seek a professional, seek a counselor. There's long term effects from COVID on all different levels. Every age group has had long term effects with loved ones passing and just not getting over that hump to to feeling really good about yourself. So there's so many different parts, moving parts of this beautiful body, and we can reset ourselves biologically versus chronologically to reset that clock. And also your mindset. When you start eating healthier, ditch the diet. I hate that word. I never use it. It's such a toxic word. No, ditch the old habits of eating crap and start reintroducing foods that are good for you because your body thrives on real food, on whole food. And when you do it, your senses of clarity, your all your senses of smelling, of hearing, of seeing, tasting become so much more elevated that you start thriving, having more restored energy, and wanting to eat healthy. And when you feel good about yourself mentally, you're in a spot that you can be more productive also. And that's something I'm passionate about speaking into with small businesses, with companies. So there's so many things that I'm going to be able to do as I am spreading my wings. Will be an empty nester, also just in a mode of being who I really have always wanted to be. So please, when you have an opportunity, please take the time to start listening to some of my wonderful guests from Paris, from England, from all over the world, people that speak into the power of positivity, mental health, um, functional health. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to get on more. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be sitting here in my humble abode on my beautiful sofa I just bought. I love my space. I love my world now. And I love all the people that have been a part of my world. And I wouldn't be the woman I am today if I didn't go through everything I have been through. And now I'm flipping the switch and I'm helping others and I'm empowering others to really reach out to the community, reach out if you need help. And don't ever think that you're the only one going through things. We all are, we're all human. And if you ever want to reach out to me, if you have any questions, I've been doing this for several years, mental, physical health, and just following a road to feeling good about yourself. So again, I want to thank everybody for supporting me over the last several years. I've kind of been out of the radar, but I'm back and I'm ready to go. I'm stronger than ever. You're going to see a new lightheaded, elevated woman who is in a really happy spot. And I'm proud of my family. I'm proud of my boys. and life keeps going on. So, again, remember, ground with Mother Earth, keep in check mentally with how you're feeling, physically, spiritually. Start loving yourself and look yourself in the mirror and just say, hey, you know what? You've been through a lot, but we're going to do this together. All of us. We're all in this together in this beautiful world we're living in. Look at it that the glass is half full and not half empty. And remember, ground with Mother Earth and keep it dirty. And I'll see you guys real soon. Sending love. And you know who I'm talking about. Bye.